Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stone Household. If you're new here, I'm Nick, and we are sharing our journey as we plan to build our future home. This is episode 2, or part 1 of episode 2, just because there's so much to share when it comes to building our house. Today, we're diving into the main floor of our home design, going over the layout, plans, and all the ideas we have for the space. But if this is your first time watching, I recommend you take a look at episode 1 where we took a tour of the land that we're building on. This will give you some helpful visual context that will help you better understand how we're designing this house to fit the property. If you enjoy this kind of content and want to follow along through the entire home building process, from the plans to the construction and beyond, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you along for the ride, and your thoughts and ideas are always welcome in the comments. Let's get into it and take a look at our house plan. So let's start with the garage area. If we remember taking a look out at our land when we took a tour in our last episode, remember that we'll have the driveway coming down into our garage off this direction, kind of up the hill that way. We'll also have some other pieces here. So we have this door that we put into our garage coming out the side. So we're planning on doing a little concrete slab. So we would most likely have the driveway at least come out for a good chunk here and then up to the road. That would give anybody in a car here an opportunity to back out and turn if they needed to. And then it would allow people to walk out this direction as well. So looking at our garage, we're looking at doing 18 by 8 doors. Making sure that those doors are nice and wide because we do have a truck, we have a car. Eventually, probably we'll have some type of SUV instead of a car, especially as kids come into the pictures. So we want to have a nice wide garage door here. We're potentially looking at maybe widening this door just a little bit. It can get a little bit tight trying to squeeze maybe a truck in or something a little bit wider in there, trailer or whatever we're driving in and out, maybe something with a plow on it for the snow eventually. So we may consider widening that a little bit, but if you have any experience with 8 by 8 doors or have had 9 by 8 doors and really feel that there's a good difference to make note of, let us know. Let us know what you think. So one other feature of the garage that has been brought up to us is potentially having a hot and cold hose hookup inside the garage, so that in the event that you need to hose something off in the wintertime, you're able to use this plumbing that is going to stay warm and not get frozen, like a hose on the outside of your house would. So we'd be able to hook up a hose and maybe hose off a truck or something in the driveway if it got covered in snow, or hosing off a plow if things are getting pretty gross and grimy. So it's something we're excited about having that we haven't had before. And also having a little bit of like a tub washing station in the garage in the event that we have a pet in the future, and are looking to hose off a muddy dog coming into the house, or maybe even hosing off shoes or boots or something like that. It'd be nice to do that out in the garage as opposed to bringing that stuff into the house and trying to get it cleaned up. Something else we're looking at doing is putting in an actual stairwell up into the attic area. We're looking at considering formatting it as more of a bonus room up above the garage area, maybe extending over the mudroom in the house. But for sure, the storage above the garage, we want to be able to have access to, and we'd like to access it a little easier than, pulling down a ladder from the garage or getting out a ladder and putting it up to, that square hole in the ceiling to get up into the attic. So we like the idea of having the stairs built in and having that be our primary area to store things. Then moving into the house, as you go through the garage, we're planning on having an actual pad in this area, maybe just like a riser or like a step or two up, with probably an area to hang up boots, winter coats, snow pants, that kind of stuff out in the garage. Again, as opposed to bringing that inside and getting it all over the floor, dragging it through the house, having that zone kind of in outside for some of that stuff that might make your house a little bit more messy is something that we're shooting for there. Then coming inside, we want to do some benches and cubbies, kind of that drop zone for coats, backpacks, bags, shoes, all of that stuff. Right away when you come inside, having, hooks set up, all that stuff, we could kind of play with some ideas there of maybe setting it up like lockers or having it more open so everybody can just grab things as they go by, but kind of still designing that look specifically. But we definitely know we want to have that right when you come inside the house. And then moving through there, we would head into our laundry room, washer, dryer, built-in storage closet for cleaning supplies, and a nice big utility sink, all accessible right away when you come inside the house. And then we're going to have a pocket door here because washer and dryer can get noisy, so we want to be able to close that door when those things are running, so that way we don't have to listen to that rumbling as we're moving throughout the house. Then moving into the master bedroom, we looked at and planned on kind of setting this up with things based on the length of this wall. We felt that when we initially looked at the bedroom and having the bed kind of lined up in the middle of this space, then we would end up, if we were going to have a TV mounted, that would be kind of mounted in just a strange spot. It didn't seem to line up or look as nice as what it does where we have it now, with everything kind of based off of this wall. We'll have a TV mounted on the wall, kind of even with the bed. I know it's a little off kilter here, but we plan on kind of having that. I think these windows are kind of based on this wall to have on each side of the bed and the TV. And then probably we have a chair in our bedroom now. We plan on having that chair in the corner of our bedroom in the future, so that way it's a nice just little reading spot away from everything else going on in the house, where you can sit down in a chair and relax, as opposed to if you want to get away and spend time in here, you have to sit on the bed or something like that. It's nice to have that chair in the room. Then from there we have kind of a hallway separating the bedroom from the master bathroom, with the walk-in closet in between. Having one closet for each of us, I think, will be awesome to have that. And then going into the master bathroom, each having a separate vanity, linen closet for anything we need for the bath and shower, a little makeup station for Abby's side of the bathroom. Having those separated, I think, will be awesome. You can kind of have things set up how you want them set up. Then we have little space for the toilet to keep that separated from the rest of the bathroom. Then a nice big tub and a walk-in shower is what we're looking at doing in that master bathroom area. We're still kind of deciding how we want to approach this window. The way that things are set up, that there's going to be someone building a house off this direction now, because that's the lot that we sold out that way. So we obviously won't have a big window there. We would plan on doing like a frosted glass or something like that, but still not quite set on having that window there with it looking at a neighboring house. It might be something we tweak the layout of this corner of the bathroom a little bit. Not 100% sure, still kind of taking a look at that. So if you see that, any ideas or have any thoughts on that, be sure to drop a comment and let us know what your thoughts are. Now, as we look at heading back out of the master bedroom, then we're heading towards the dining room and kitchen area. Plan on having a half bath for guests to use whenever they're over, or anyone that needs to just use a quick bathroom. Having that half bath right next to the mudroom, kitchen area, everything walking in, I think will be a nice addition to having and hosting people at our house, which is something that we're interested in doing in the future. So kitchen plans are not my area of expertise. This was all designed to Abby's liking, so I know she's got a vision for that. We plan on having a nice big island, so that way that can be a prep station, cooking station, and then when we're hosting people, it's a nice good spot to sit and eat. We do not want to do a sink in the island though. I know that's pretty common, but with the way we are when it comes to getting dishes done and stuff, if stuff needs to sit there for a little bit, we just don't want it on that island space. We want it over here, so that way got quick access to the dishwasher, can get things cleaned, put away right away. I think that's going to be best for us in terms of being efficient in our kitchen and getting things done. We're also going to have a nice big walk-in pantry with a prep sink, and kind of this will be like a coffee station, food, everything will be in here. So you can do a little bit of prep in here if you want to keep things separated, especially like big family gatherings around the holidays. It'd be nice to be able to prep some stuff and have some stuff in here, and then that keeps things opened up for everybody hanging out in, you know, the living room, dining room, and kitchen. So we're also looking at having our range with the hood potentially being separated from a stove. So we may do, or our oven, I should say. So we may have the stovetop separate, and then the oven might be something a little different. So this is something that could potentially change. We've started to look more at, you know, those cabinet inserted oven microwave combos. So that might be something that we tweak a little bit, and then we'll have a nice big refrigerator and then cabinetry all around for that kitchen area. Then we're planning on having a dining room space off the back of the kitchen. Nothing too crazy, but we do plan on getting, you know, a bigger dining room table that we can sit around. We've got a nice big cabinet that we plan on putting in that dining room space. We have that in our dining room currently. We plan on bringing that with us, where we have, you know, different things in there, you know, cookbooks, all that kind of stuff. Some of our nicer things that we like to have on display for people to see. And then off the back of that dining room, we plan on doing a like a 3-paned patio door. So we'd have a big window, like then with a sliding patio door most likely in the middle of that to go out onto a nice big deck. This spot here, I think we are most likely that this was originally going to be a door out into a basically like a 3 Seasons room on the back, but we decided to cut that out and instead turn this more into like a covered deck. So this might all be covered by the roof line on the back, or it might be a roof line here, but then this spot would all be covered. So originally when that was going to be a room, we had this door on here. We just need to get rid of that. That's probably going to be a wall. We might put, you know, a couple little windows in here to just have more light coming off the back of the house here. I think it'll look nice and bring in a lot of light throughout the day as the sun's going over the house. And then we go into our living room, where we plan on having a gas fireplace and some bookshelves going up to the ceiling on either side. Or maybe not up to the ceiling. We do plan on doing a vaulted ceiling. So depending on where that vault comes down, the bookshelves will at least probably go up 8 or 9 feet. So we can put plenty of stuff on them. Nice big windows, bring in a lot of sun. Nice big couch with some floor outlets to the coffee table and to the end tables, so that way we can have some outlets to use. We could put some lamps on them, maybe have a little charging station here on the coffee table, so that way we can get a nice coffee table that could accommodate that. And then looking behind the couch, we plan on having like a small little bookshelf area. We kind of envision this being a spot where you could have kids' books, some of the kids' toys, and this could be just kind of in general a little play area here while we're hanging out in the living room. And then we have our stairs going down to our basement. So looking at the front door coming in, we plan on just having a nice little entryway with a bench and maybe some coat hooks just right against this wall that will back up to the stairs going down. Looking at the left side of the house here, pretty simple. We're looking at 2 bedrooms, even size 12 by 12 bedrooms, with a bathroom in between that would be shared. So a couple kids down the line, got bedrooms, and then you've got shared bathroom with separate sinks, able to separate that bathroom and shower space from the sinks as well. So, say we have 2 kids getting ready for school at the same time. Someone can be in brushing their teeth, getting ready while the other is showering or using the bathroom. At least allow them to both be able to use that space at the same time while maintaining some privacy. Then from there, just looking kind of at the outside layout just a little bit, we plan on doing some type of stamped concrete, maybe look like wood planked look around the front of the house. Kind of have a little patio porch area off the front, but cutting that off here near where the washer and dryer are so that can vent out, maybe just doing some green space with some plants in this corner. And then this would go front yard around to the driveway most likely. Because it's not very likely that from the top of the hill here that we're going to do a walkway down, because that would be pretty steep and a lot of steps. Could be something we consider. Maybe once we kind of get an idea of how that grading will look, maybe it'll seem a little bit more worthwhile. But not certain that that's the route that we want to go. So if you see anything on this main level, drop some comments. If you have any thoughts, maybe you've got some experience with some of the things that we have set up certain ways, and you are like, oh, we've done that and that really didn't work out. We ran into these kind of problems. We'd love to hear what you think, or if there's things that you have right now that are similar, but you think that the way that we have it set up would be the way you would prefer to have it. Let us know, so that way we know that those things that we have are things we don't want to touch, we don't want to tweak, because they're set up the right way. All right, that's going to wrap up part 1 of episode 2, where we looked at the main floor of our house design. Next up, we're going to take a look at some rough drawings of our basement, which we currently plan on leaving unfinished, but we have some ideas of how we want to lay that out as we finish up the building process. We're also going to take a look at the exterior of the house and how that might look from the front and back of the house. So if you stuck around this long, be sure to subscribe and like the video. If you hit that notification bell, you'll get a notification when the next part of our episode 2 drops. Thanks for sticking around and hanging out with us.